wrote you. Matt, how are you, man?
Good.
Listen, it's been ages, and since it's been a while, I wrote you a proper intro, so I hope I nailed it. So you're the co-founder and CEO of Netlify, which is the company that helped redefine kind of front-end development, but popularize a trend that was called Jamstack that we rode a lot
Yeah.
at Snipcart way back. Today, though, it's a whole kind of new era for you and our SaaS world
So
with the AI wave that's like helping you drive, I guess, 100, around 50K signups a day at
yeah,
Netlify is like a major epicenter of the whole thing. And we have like agents building software more and more, and
yeah,
we are building software for agents more and more.
yeah,
You're kind of having like this front row seat
yeah.
of the whole thing. So that's the kind of shift we're going to be talking about. And of course, I'm a storyteller. I love stories, and so we're going to peek into like how two Danish founders with no Silicon Valley network managed to like build $1 billion company in SF, which is a dope story in and of itself. So that's my intro, shaky a bit, but did I nail it, or it's yeah.
Yeah. That all sounds right.
Amazing, dude. So I guess I've listened to a few of your interviews. You were so early in like calling out AX, agent experience. We're gonna have to design and think systems for agents, not just
So
users.
yeah,
You like the product and the platform has evolved a ton since like it's been 11 years, I think. Am I
yeah, yeah.
roughly okay? So every like I'm not gonna do a blanket statement that's like easy to agree with, but like okay, so everyone agrees AI is changing how we build software, sure. But like from your POV, is there
Mhm.
like a shift, a deeper shift that most people are either underestimating or not quite seeing yet?
I mean, I think the shift I believe in is kind of a similar kind of shift to what happened to front end developers,
Okay.
where back when I started working on the predecessor to Netlify and then launched Netlify, right? Like I started working on BitBalloon in 2013 and then we launched Netlify in 2015, right? Like, and back in that time, there were front-end developers, but they were not seen as like real developers, right? Like they were seen as like a kind of pseudo developer that would take a Photoshop file. It was before like Figma really took off, right? Like so, it was like a Photoshop file. They would slice it into HTML, CSS, some JavaScript, and then they would hand that over to a real developer that would go actually implement it, typically in like Ruby on Rails or WordPress or Drupal or whatever the platform were, .NET or something like
Yeah.
Java-ish if you're in that world, right? Like, um, and we were kind of really early back then in taking a bit on like front-end development is going to be a real developer discipline. If we can separate sort of this front-end layer and build like a whole production platform for these type of developers to just ship the front end independently, they are actually going to be the mainstream web developers of the future. Um, and that was sort of like at the core of coining Jamstack as a term and everything, right? Like,
Yeah.
and we really took that bet. And today, there are about 17 million professional front end JavaScript developers, right? Like, they're definitely seen and paid as real developers, and they are today really like the current sort of mainstream web developers, right? Like, and I think the next bet I'm taking is that something similar is going to happen with. I think about it as like now all these people who are not coders but who are domain experts and are starting to build software in their domain.
Mm.
Like I think there's still this tendency to see them as some like second class, like they're like vibe coders, like a sort of pseudo developer, not a real developer, right? Like
Yeah.
because they don't know the code, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm a pretty big believer that the same thing is going to happen, right? Like that within the next 5 years or so, that they are going to be creating most of the valuable software that businesses run on with the help of some like this. Still going to be other developers around and software experts around, right? Like, but they're going to be the mainstream people that build software all the time, right? Like, so that's kind of like the big bit I'm taking, and what we're really supporting at Netlify is helping all of these domain experts build real software, right? Like
Yeah.
that matters, and bringing our decade of experience in making software work and stay up and be real and so on, apply to help them build real value at the companies they're at, and help them and their teams off, like, because again, still believe it's going to be those domain experts with surrounded
Y-
by some regular developers that are experts in building software, right? Like, got to help that whole team to build value.
yeah. I think it's so interesting to see the parallel of like status game or
Yeah.
like between vibe coders versus
Yeah.
like front end devs, like 10
Yeah.
years apart. It's so
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah.
But the, the only thing, like you were telling me offline, is like, well, the TAM, the total address. Well, just tell me
Yeah.
if, yeah, if everyone who's like knowledge expert, domain expert, or white collar worker starts like building and shipping software, what does that mean for Netlify's TAM?
I mean, for us, it's like a huge shift, right? Like, and that's what we're seeing in the top of our funnel, right? Like that, our TAM basically went from 17 million professional JavaScript developers, and the TAM we kind of in part created, right? Like, to now potentially billions of people, right? Like, and that's like just still hard to imagine the difference between 17 million and even just 1 billion,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
it's very different
that's
sizes of numbers, right? Like, and I think it is a very real industry trend that, like, companies starts building software internally instead of buying ready-made software, right?
yeah,
Like, so in general, I think everybody that sits in that dev tool TAM and have built a great agent experience is not now suddenly in a much bigger space.
you're right. And for the people who are watching and going like, Frank, press him on XYZ or whatever, like this is just like an appetizer. Like we're gonna dig deep because everything you're saying like has implications on your positioning, your go-to market,
Totally,
your
totally,
pricing, like
totally.
like your funding, the load on your infrastructure. It's like crazy, all
Yeah,
of the like second and tertiary like effects.
totally.
So we're gonna be able to dive into this
It's a lot of
at the
work to do.
SaaSpasse. Yeah. No worry. No, yeah. Yeah. I was about to tease you and say, like, do you feel like you have the same color or amount of hair as when we first met 10 years ago in New York? But I don't want to be an ass.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I honestly still, I still feel it's really fun, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think this is like a time where it's like actually getting really fun again, right? Like,
Yeah.
because the impact of what we're doing is so big, right? Like,
Yeah.
and the
Nice.
amount of people that can be touched by it is so big, right? Like, and the changes happening right now in even just in like what we can potentially build on the web are so big, right? Like that motivates me a lot, uh, and like I'm obviously like 10 years older, but like
Yeah.
I'm still having, yeah, as much fun, right? Like, that's the important part.
Yeah. That's amazing, dude. No, clearly the energy is still there to build. And I love seeing it. Listen, so one thing that I really want us to touch on when we sit down in Montreal on September 10th
Yeah,
is what happens to SaaS next? And I think as a well, I guess you're more than a SaaS, like you're a platform, you're an infrastructure, you're a whole sorts of things at Netlify, but
yeah,
you could be classified as that kind of company, and you are using many SaaS.
yeah,
So there will be a lot of SaaS founders, some more old school, some more new. And you've had experience with like shipping, I guess, like your own basically support desk, I guess.
sure.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, you called it like
yes.
Netly desk or Netly.
And the disk, yep.
Okay. So I like, is this one team that you're gonna be able to bring some not doomerism, more like balance and guidance of like how do you think about building SaaS going forward?
I think one thing I've been saying for a while is that everybody is now a developer tool founder. Like, before, the space of developer tools was like a bit of a niche that we were in, right? Like, we were not building tools
Yeah,
directly for companies to come and use like, we were not like a solution for a problem, right? Like, we were
yeah,
a developer tool that helped their developers build solutions for problems, right? Like,
true.
and that was sort of like a niche in the market, right? Like, that goes from developer platforms like us, like, to Stripe or all the different API based companies and so on, right? Like, now I think the reality is that everybody that is building some form of SaaS are now a dev tool founder, right?
Meaning,
Like, because
yeah, meaning
companies
everyone's
are
a
not,
dev now. Yeah.
because like companies are just not going to buy your full solution to their problem in a world where software is so easy to build in house, right? Like, but they are going to buy all the building blocks and APIs, right? Like, no one has stopped. No one right now is like rebuilding Stripe internally, right? Like, on the flip
Mhm.
side, Stripe's API usage is probably just exploding, right? Like,
Yeah.
and generally, like, our usage is exploding. Superbase usage is exploding, right? Like, but you're also starting to see things like DoorDash just launched the CLI, right? Like,
Did they?
yeah, right? Like, and you would not a year ago, 2 years ago, imagine DoorDash releasing a CLI. It's like, what are they doing, right? Like, they are like, what are they smoking? Like, I mean, it would be like strange. But now, of course, they're releasing a CLI, right? Like, because they want to be able to let all of these agents just like interact with their surface area, use it as a platform, and so on, right? Like, and that's what I mean when I say like everybody on like, if you're building some form of SaaS, you better think of yourself as a dev tool founder now that are giving your
Yeah.
customers tools to build on top of versus giving them something ready made. Because if you're giving them something ready made, it's not going to be customized for them. So either you need to give it to them really cheap,
Mm.
um, or you need to switch to a mindset where they can build on top of it, right? Like, and again, in that sense, I absolutely don't think like that like the SaaS model of like you buy software that runs somewhere is going away. But it is a really dramatic shift, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you see big losers in that shift and big winners in that shift.
Yeah. Dude, this is like firing up all sorts of like pathways in my brain, but I'm gonna shut them down and keep them for an actual conversation. It's gonna be a blast, man. I'm so stoked. When I reached out on X and you were like, "What's up, dude?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's
Of
talk."
course,
Like, I was so happy. I wish we could have gotten Chris to come at the same time if he wasn't
could have been
tough,
really
but
fun, yeah.
dude, like, eventually maybe. But yeah, I've been an admirer, and like, I mean, I've met you guys when you were still in Denmark, and you had like
Yeah.
Bit Balloon,
Oh, yeah.
and I had such a huge imposter syndrome, dude. Like talking to these founders, I was like a an intern at SaaSpasse at Snipcart. Sorry, I didn't even know what the hell it was, and now still feel like an imposter syndrome because you went and did the billion thing, you know. Uh, but it's amazing to have you, man. Okay, so to end on, what why do you think founders and builders should be in the room for this conversation specifically in Montreal? Profit from the fact that you're here in Montreal and talk to you either offline or during the pod, listen to what you have to say.
I mean, hopefully I have a couple of things to share from like more than a decade of building this and several decades of building products in general, right? Like, and I think we are in a really unique time um, where everything in the space of building is shifting in so many ways, right? Like, and mostly I would say to the side of like builders can build more
Yeah.
faster, right? Like, it's good for all of us, but it does also really have to like shape how we think about creating real value for people with what we build, right? Like, and I think a lot of it comes into that sense of understanding that the landscape of like that the our digital spaces are shifting from a world where we had like, if you're like really generous, you would say there's like 100 million developers in the world or something like
Uh-huh.
that, right? Like, that's even like a pretty big number, right? Like, when you think about traditional developers that work with code, right? Like, um, so that was like this like small priesthood that had like right access to the digital world, right? Like,
Yeah.
everybody else could use software, but they couldn't build it, right? Like, and now we are like in this massive shift where that whole like order of the world is getting reshaped, and
Yeah.
where everybody has both read and write access in some ways, right? Like, and that changes a lot, like the modes, the what it means to build, what we should build, and what we
Yeah.
really help building, right? Like, and I think hopefully my thoughts on that can be helpful, and I want to hear people's thoughts as well. I'm looking forward to meeting the whole audience of builders and hear how
Cool.
they're seeing these opportunities, because like this is such a unique time of like of change and opportunity, and where ideas can have really high impact.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, I think hopefully I'm gonna be able to steal you. Like, I'm trying to figure out, will I be able to get him at the airport so I can just have like a 45 minutes one-on-one? Just like that'd be
Sure.
my jam. No, but honestly, dude, I think you have a lot to say, a lot to bring to the table, and it's a point of pride for me that you accepted and that you're coming in our hood. So yeah, dude, just thank you so much. You've always been bright, humble, and like you care about builders and businesses. So it shows, and I think we're gonna have a blast, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting together in person again. It's been a long time.
All right, cheers. See you soon, man.
See you.